From Cornwall to Birmingham and Johnston and Bexhill, here's Ruben Spire on the radio.
Hello to Saharaa. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for letting me chat to you again. So, King Tam, how long have you been a singer-songwriter for?
Oh, it's been a long time. I've honestly been doing music pretty much my whole life. So I'd say I started writing songs when I was about 11, 12. And then I kind of started being more serious about like pursuing music when I started studying it at uni, which was straight after high school. And then since then I've kept going and put out 2 singles now. So that's been amazing. But yeah, it's always been something I've been super passionate about. And yeah, I've basically done it most of my life. Yeah.
So, can you tell me what the Bachelor of Music is?
So it's a 3-year degree that I did at Auckland Uni in New Zealand, and basically it covers so many different things like songwriting, performance. We learned about production, a little bit of the business side of things. We got to like collab with other artists in the degree. I met so many amazing other artists and producers as well. So that was also another great thing that came out of it, is I've made so many connections just from doing that degree. Yeah, I would highly recommend it.
So, can you tell me, what was it like going into the recording studio for the first time?
It was so good. Do you mean like at uni or like outside of uni?
Well, outside of uni?
Yeah, outside of uni was really cool. I'd say one of my favorite sessions was the song I put out just before this called Never Leave. It was just like such a fun day. Like I remember coming out of that session and being like, I know this is going to be my first single. And like, that's just honestly the best feeling. Like when a session goes well and you've just had such a fun day with a producer and it's all just like fallen into place. Like, yeah, it's the best thing ever.
Was you nervous at all about going in the recording studio for the first time?
I mean, I'd say I was, because like when it's your first time, you don't really know what to expect. And also when it's like your first time working with a producer, you just never know how it's going to go. Like they could be lovely, like they could be really talented, but like your styles just might not mix, or like the song just doesn't work, or like you just can't think of any ideas. So like that's the thing with like writing on the day, is you honestly never know how it's going to go. But I guess that's kind of exciting at the same time, because you either come out with a whole song at the end of the day or you just don't, Yeah.
Could you tell me more about your debut single called Never Leave?
Yeah, so Never Leave is basically about the beginning stages of a relationship, like desperately wanting to be with that person, but being unsure of like if it could end or not. It's basically about the beginning stages where like there is that like kind of uncertainty of where it's going to go, but also like the hope that it is going to work out in the end. Yeah.
So, can you talk about your new single called Getting Better? What's that all about?
Yeah, so Getting Better is my recent single, which I put out literally this Friday that's just been. It's definitely a way more personal song. Life can be really tough sometimes, can be hard to understand, and there can definitely be times where you kind of don't feel like yourself anymore, and the song kind of talks about all of those things. it is hard, like putting out a song that is very personal. Like it is scary, but I hope that at least one person out there can relate to it or feel some comfort from it. So yeah.
So, are your plans on releasing any new music? Any new feature?
Yes, I can't wait to get back into the studio early next year to work on another single and then hopefully an EP after that. Yeah, that's my plan for next year. So I'm excited for that.
So, how's being independent artist for you?
I think there's pros and cons to being an independent artist. I've definitely learned a lot along the way. The first time around, there were some challenges, like there was a lot of firsts. But I feel like I've learned a lot. And if I was to be signed in the future, I feel like I could still take charge and be like, I've like done it all myself, so I know how it works. And I feel like I wouldn't get taken advantage of, because I know all the ins and outs. And yeah, I love like all the creative side of things. So like I loved having input into my cover art and my music video because I am a very creative person. So I guess it is cool getting to do that all yourself. But on the other hand, it would be nice to have a little bit of support in other areas. So yeah, there's pros and cons to both for sure.
Finally, can you tell my listeners where can I find you on social media?
Yep, so it's the same across all social media. It's Saharaa with 2 A's, music. And yeah, that's across Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I have a website, and then yeah, you can check my music out on Spotify and Apple Music.
Thank you for letting me chat to you today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.